We are live. Yes, are you here with me live? Good evening. Yeah, it's evening from wherever part of the world that you're joining from. Nigeria, United Kingdom, Canada. Yeah, we got viewers from Canada too. Yeah, that's how we roll. Good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? It's very cold where I am. Do not mind that I am not all kitted up. It's cold, very cold. How's it where you are? Hope you're keeping safe. I hope you're keeping well. Thank you for always joining me. My name is Fumilola Akintola Williams, the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. The Informed and Reformed Teens Academy is an academy just for young girls. Yeah, we by the grace of God, we mentor young girls through our curriculum. We do that providing online sessions, classes, and mentorship and accountability system. And then we've been doing that for years now, but now we have just gone professional. We have just gone, preparing it and doing it in such a way that anyone, any young person from everywhere around the world can participate. So do well. And there's something I always say, because it's worthy of being said severally, which is that the time has gone while when anyone can think that you can parent by yourself. Those times have definitely gone. If you want to parent, you need a community, and what we provide at that academy is that community. And then we have classes for girls between age 8 to 10, 10 to 13, and 13 to 18. So if you have any girl within that age bracket, you will do yourself a lot of good to have them registered. Yes, because you know what? At that age, at that time, you're no longer the most influential in their lives, even though you're still the most important. And then what do we do? We just support you on your journey. And like my coach you say, your problem is not the team mentors, the team coaches. Your problem, the challenges you're going to have with your girls are social media, peer influence, culture, friends, and all of those things. So don't fight us, okay? Rather, we're working together with you to do a collaboration to ensure that your girl becomes all that she is supposed to be. Yes, do not forget, if you be except you're raising your child for just your house. I say that all of the time because it is actually true. If you are raising your child for just your house, it's fine. You can say, I don't need anyone, I know what I'm doing, I can. But this particular, if you're raising your child to take the position in this to take the center stage in the world, I'm telling you that you need a community. Yes, even parents need to learn how to parent. You need to learn how to be a parent. We've never been parents before. I have never been a parent before until I had my child. So am I gonna get what I need? And then don't forget, the times is different now. The way we were parented, we can't afford to parent our young ones the same way. So if I can learn how to parent, who says that your daughter can learn how to be better? Vis-a-vis what you're also doing. Don't forget, yours is to parent. Ours is to what? Is to model, is to mentor. That's what we do. And then if you look at anyone that has gone far, one of the things that makes somebody go far in life is mentorship. I'm going to give you a personal experience. I started working on some projects, and my coach was just like, okay, for me, put this one in, put this one in. I didn't have to be fumbling in the dark. I didn't have to be wondering whether what I was doing was right. Why? There's someone that had already gone ahead of me. There's someone that already been where I want to be. So that is the essence of mentorship. You have to get to climb on the what's it called now? On the shoulders of people that have gone ahead of you. So please do your children that's good. Do them that's good. Enroll them at our academy. We're online as Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and then the works that we do with teenagers, we have them constantly updated there. So you see that we're not just trying to make math. And you know what? The fee that you're going to pay is as a pittance compared to what you get to pay when you begin to go for therapy sessions. I tell you, modeling that we provide at the academy is much more cheaper than therapy sessions. You don't want to be there. So their parents, especially even diaspora, you need parenting partners, and that's what we provide at the Informed and Reformed Academy. Yeah, and then that's that about that. You know my name already, you know what I do. Oh yes, and then we're going to be going on to what we're going to be discussing today, which is how to build resilience in your teenagers. Resilience. As a matter of fact, some of us are still building the resilience, and here we are parenting other people. Even we that were adults were still grasping with this concept of resilience. How do I not give up? How do I not throw in the towel and all of that? And here we are, we have teenagers on our hands already. So we have to learn. We have to learn how to teach them so that we don't have teenagers giving up on the way. I am very, very, very sure that you have had at one time or the other a young person that told you that he's no longer going to school. Yeah, I know that you've seen people like that. They just wake up one day and say, I don't want to go to school again. They begin to wonder what went wrong. That decision, they didn't arrive at that decision just today. It was an accumulated end result of things that have been happening. Probably they're having challenges in school. Probably they are not getting a particular subject. Probably they're giving anything could be the reason. And then you see that the child just says, I'm not going to school anymore. And that kind of a child, you will know that it has not really been embedded in what we call resilience. So now you see a lot of young people going into a lot of atrocities. Why? Because the resilience quotient is very, very, very low. And that's what we're talking about today. Then everybody is shouting resilience, resilience, resilience. Okay, so how do we begin to even now teach this resilience? How do we begin to let them know resilience? And like as I like to say, you teach something by you demystify the concept that is behind it. You don't make it you bring it to the level that they will assimilate. So teach them. Number one thing to do to teach resilience to your teens. And of course, you and I know that to be anything in life, okay, to achieve any what's it called now, to have any achievement, to do anything worthwhile, you need the resilience, because the only thing that's going to keep you going the days when you don't want to go on anymore is resilience. The only thing that's going to keep you going when you feel like, what the heck, what am I able to do, nobody's noticing, or I'm not even getting a result, is that resilience. And it doesn't jump on you. Yeah, it has to be built. It is built. So how do you build it? How do you learn it? How do you now begin to beyond building and learning? How do you begin to teach your teens to also become resilient? Especially in the Western world, there are a lot of things that is contending with these young people. A lot of things. Their mates are into a lot of things. They see what their friends are doing. They all a whole lot of things that they, and then what's going to make them say, you know what? I'm not gonna do this. I'm not going into this. What's gonna make them say? What's gonna make them decide to be different? What's gonna make your teenager decide not to join the multitude to do evil as it's were, as the Bible says it? What's that extra? That extra is in the resilience. So how do you begin to build this? How do you begin to teach it? And that's what we'll be discussing this evening. Number one, you have to teach them what resilience is. I like to define things by my own words so that I'm able to understand. So I'm not looking. I'm looking for somebody else's interpretation. And what interpretation do I give resilience? I say resilience is stability. It may not be grammatical, do not mind me, but that's why I call it stability. The ability to stay. That's what I call resilience. That's my meaning for it. The ability to stability. That's resilience. That ability to say, you know what? We show up again today. Yeah, we go again today. We stand up today again. We wake up again today. You've been what's it called now? Somebody has done something unkind. You still wake up the next and say, you know what? Because you have been unkind yesterday, does not mean that I'm not gonna continue to do what it is I am doing. That's what I call resilience, stability, ability to stay against all odds. So you can give it whatever definition you want to give it, but just know that that's that concept of not giving up, yeah, of holding on tenaciously to something, especially what is right, especially what is just, especially what you believe in. That is what we call stability. That's what we call resilience. Let them know, teach them about what resilience is. That resilience is them not giving up no matter what, because there are a lot of times that human beings will have situations that will want to make us give up. We want to be like, oh, I'm done here. Like, I am really done. But you know what? If you must get to where you should get to in life, you can't keep throwing in the towel at every obstacle you come across. If you must get to where you need to get to in life, you can't keep giving up. You can't keep keep throwing in the towel. The more you keep throwing in the towel, the more you delay yourself on your journey. So you have to teach them what resilience is. Mental resilience. Teach them mental resilience. You have to let them know what physical resilience is. Let them know what social resilience is. Let them know what spiritual resilience is. What is mental resilience? That ability to engage your brain until it gives you the result that you want. That's mental resilience. The ability to engage your brain until it gives you. For example, for the past couple of years, I'm trying to work on something. There are days that the brain will just be like, nothing is coming, and I need this brain to deliver. And what do I keep doing? I don't say, oh, nothing is coming. I just no, I still push myself. I still push the brain. You know what? You have to deliver on this. That's mental resilience. You have to teach them physical resilience. You don't say because oh I'm tired, then I'm not doing it again. For example, if you're on a or if you're you have an exercise routine. You don't say, "Oh, because I'm tired today." I because of my present circumstances, I've not continued. But I am a karateka, yeah. So when I started, it was hard. Like it was really hard. Or it would be, it will look as though all my body. I like to joke about it that my body is broken like the body of the Lord. I like to joke about it with my daughter like that. So it looks as if my body is broken. Like, I can't lift this. And there are times I'll go for training and come back, and it will look like this hand I cannot lift it, this leg I cannot, but it's a lie. This has been still lifting the hand 1 year after. So that's physical resilience. So that some things will task you physically, but are you going to say because it's tasking you physically you're going to give up? No, you keep doing it. That is physical resilience. Then you have social resilience, the ability to not give up on people. Okay, people do a lot of things. People are going to be mean. People are going to be a lot of things. But you're not going to say because of that you give up on the entire human race. So that's social resilience. And then you have the spiritual resilience, ability to stay with God. Yeah, stability. I called resilience stability. You stay with God until all it is that you want. You stay, whether it's fine, whether it's not fine, whether it's rosy, whether it's not rosy. That's why you have some. And if you're not careful, okay, I'd mentioned this in some of our videos, that if we're not deliberate about marketing our God to our children, they're gonna grow up and say, I don't believe what you're doing. It's gonna happen, except deliberately, except they see us hold on tenaciously to God, except they see us not give up on him, even when the situations are the way they say it in Nigeria is even when it's choking, except our kids see us don't give up, they are gonna come and one day and say, mommy, but even you too, you got tired at a point. So that's what I call spiritual resilience. So let them know what resilience is in the real sense of resilience. Then it is when they have an understanding of what this is, they begin to internalize it. Okay, is this what it means? It means that I can't give up. It means that even when I want to, trust me, we all want to give up. But the fact is that if we give up, nothing is going to get done. Yeah? That work is not going to get done. That assignment is not going to get turned in. That project is not going to get done. That's a milestone. It's not going to get reached if everyone gives up. And do you know what? Another beautiful thing is that there are a lot of reasons why you should give up. Yeah, there are 1,001 reasons why I should not even have this session this evening. I think of, this is not in place yet. That is not in place yet. This. Let me just. But the fact is, you have to keep showing up. You dress up and then you show up. That's resilience. That's what I call stability. And that's my own definition of resilience. Resilience is what? Stability. Let them understand that the moment you're staying true to something, especially what is true, what is a just cause, especially what is right, that is you exhibiting resilience. The number two thing you want to teach them for them to learn resilience is let them do chores. See, this issue of chores, we cannot overemphasize it because it is important. Let's say you have to do chores. Chores. I can't overemphasize. It's very, very important. Don't raise children that don't know how to do anything. See, what happens when you're not there? And there's something my coach said a long time ago. He said, what if you die tomorrow? I pray that we're not going to die. But the fact is that it's a possibility. So what's going to happen? Can your kids move? Can they move from where they are, no matter their age? At every point, no matter the age of your child, whether 10, whether 8, whether 11, whether 12, there should be some form of independence in them. So can they move? Let them do chores. Let them learn how to use their hand to do things. They're not going to die. They will not die. Chores has never killed anyone. I was telling my daughter, I said, till I left my mom's house, I walked and walked and walked. I am still walking till today. The work these hands have done, and I'm here. The work these hands have done, I can't even begin to imagine it. That's the truth. And I'm still here. And we will still have a long way to go. We'll still work. So nobody ever died from working. So you have to let them do chores. Don't say, she's fragile or he's fragile. There's no such thing. Especially if you're mothering a teenage girl. Don't say, she can't do it. What? She can't do it. Has she attempted it? Let them do chores. Every chore in the house, let them have an idea of how to do it. You know what? It is going to save their life. You will not know, but you know what you're teaching them when you're doing that? They are building that resilient spirit. That's what they are doing. That, you know what? If I finish this chore and I go on to the next, it is the same mindset they will use and approach bigger issues. Let them do chores. It's very, very important. Let the teenagers do chores. If you have more than a child, if you have more than a child, okay, divide the chores amongst them. Don't say because your family immigrant. What do I mean by family immigrant? That's people living in your family. Don't say because you have a cousin living with you, or whatever, your younger brother, your younger sister, then they are the ones that get to do all the chores. No, you're raising those ones at the expense of your own children. Let your teenagers do chores. And it's not about, and that takes me to the next thing we're going to be talking about. After they do the chores, insist on finishing every chore started. This is the core. This is the core of resilience. We finish what we start. As a matter of fact, it's a mantra in my home. Whatever we start, we finish. I tell my daughter, there is no way for half. There's no half measure. See, this is how it plays that for us because we read a lot. Okay, so there are times I'll be like, okay, this is the book you're reading, and I will show her my own. And I'll be like, no matter how I don't want to read this book, no matter how this, no matter, I will finish reading it. As simple as it is, that's resilience. My coach will say you can't even sit through a course. You can't even sit through assignments. You can't even sit through training. Some of us have training. You can't even go. You can't finish them. And they will say want to teach resilience. No, it's not going to happen. So it's not going to happen because it doesn't. You know what? The thing about this is it is you stretching yourself. You living that place that's comfortable for you. That's what you do when you're learning resilience. It is easy to just place hands on top of each other and do nothing. That's quite easy. The one that is the work, the one that's gonna build you, the one that's gonna grow you, is you stretching yourself, like really stretching yourself. In recent times, I found myself in situations where it is really it's easy to just say, you know what, I'm not doing anything again. But I keep telling myself, you are called for you are called for more. You are made for more. And then no matter the circumstances, and that's why no matter what happens, you show up. That's you stretching yourself. That's you building your resilience. And as you do that, don't forget you let your kids learn by watching you much more than by speaking. When they see that you pick up a book and you finish it, she's not gonna come to you and say, "Mommy, I can't finish that book." It's not gonna happen. When she says that you turn in your own, you meet your own deadline, she's not gonna say, "Mommy, I can't finish my assignments." So she's not gonna come and say, "Mommy, I can't do this, I can't do that," because she sees that you finish what you start. So that's what you teach your children. You let them finish on every chore started, no matter how difficult it is. See, I'm not saying overtax them. I'm just saying it doesn't matter how long it takes them, at least for starters. Let them finish what they start. It's gonna help them in the long run. So with the mantra, like with my daughter and I, whatever we start, we finish. So let it not be let it be uninteresting, unappealing, whatever grammar you want to, whatever adjective you want to use and qualify it. We'll finish it. Have we started? Then we'll finish. Same thing. So don't let your daughter tell you, "Mommy, I've washed the plates, I can't rinse them." And then you say, "It's okay, you have tried." What do you mean you have tried? Say, "Mommy, I've washed the clothes, I can't rinse them." What's that? Where's that coming from? So does that mean when she grows up and the boss gives her a task in the office, she'll do it halfway and say, "You know what, I'm tired and I'm going home"? No. But it is in these little things that you're gonna start from. So their parents insist. That's it. Insist. Insist on finishing every chore start, everything they start. Insist that they finish it. Insist on it. Like demand it. So that they don't come one day and say, "Mommy, you know what? I've gotten to this place and this is how far I can go." I have seen cases of students where their parents have invested millions in their education, only for them to get to 200 level, 300 level and say, "I don't want to go to school again." And then you begin to wonder, where's that coming from? Resilience. They got tired. Or some people wrote JAMB, and then that's for example, if you're watching from a place that's not Nigeria, JAMB is the exam you do to proceed into the university. And there's people write JAMB one time, two time, and then they say, "I failed two times, so I'm not going to school again." Where's that coming from? It's from here. It didn't just start in a day. That giving up, that ability to give up quick, it doesn't start in a day. It doesn't start in a day. So insist when they start something, insist on them finishing every chore that they start, so that they will know that you're not joking around there. They will know that you're not playing around there. They will know that you mean business. They will know that you mean business. So starting from today, do not let your children go away with unfinished task. That's setting the pace for something that is not good. Don't let them get away with unfinished assignments, unfinished tasks, unfinished anything unfinished. Do not let them get away with it. Hold them accountable for it. So they have to go back to it. What are you doing? You're teaching resilience. Whether you know it or not, you're teaching. That's what you're doing. It may not look like so, but it is when those big issues come up and then they still stick to it. That's when you're going to know that, yes, I've done a good job. And then you're going to pat yourself on the back. Yeah. I'm sure most of us want to pat ourselves on the back. But if you must do that, we have to put in the work now. Yeah. So the next thing you want to do to teach resilience to your teenagers is you have to teach them from your experiences and learnings. I've said this over and over again. Do not be ashamed of your experiences. I told us in this stream, I said there are errors that I have made that I know that my daughter is not going to make. Why? Because I have made them. So I'm going to let her know that this is the mistakes I made. But some of us, we're so, maybe we feel that, and then there's something I like to correct. See, you have to know that the fact that you made mistakes does not make you less qualified to parent your child. I hope you got that. That you made mistakes on your journey, that you made you didn't do things you were supposed to do, does not make you less qualified. If anything, it gives you the latitude to now want to correct that mistake in your own parenting. When you begin to hide them, you begin to meander your way, in and around them. You're not doing your teenager any favor. You're actually doing them a disservice. So they have to know. Let them learn the things that, yes, let them learn the things that you left undone, that you came back to meet later when it was late. Let them learn from it so that they can pick. You know what? Since they act like they're not listening, I work with them a lot. I know they go, but you know what? Because you're talking, it is entering into their spirit. So, for example, probably you were supposed to study a particular course, but because it's just an instance, okay? I'm not saying you failed any course. So maybe because you were not really too encouraged, then maybe you scored a particular you didn't score what you were supposed to score, and then you ended up. I've seen parents that they will tell you that I wanted to do this, so I ended up doing this. So those are learning periods, those are learning curves for your teenagers, so that they do not repeat the same errors. If there's anything I like to do as a parent, it is to ensure that I minimize the errors of my daughter as much as possible. How? Through using myself. So do not be ashamed of any part of your journey. See, it now depends on the age of the child, okay? See, don't think, oh, my child will dislike me or my child will judge me. No, rather your child will be grateful that, you know what, you do not want her to make the same mistake. That's it. That's when you're doing the work that you've been actually called to do as a parent. So let them learn from your own experiences and learnings, the mistakes you made, those things you try to boycott, and then how it boomeranged. There's this joke they tell about. I think I read it, or it's very popular. Okay, so there was a young boy, and then he just went to his dad, and then he hid a particular result behind his back, and then he showed to his dad. The dad, without ever looking at what was on the script, started talking. What do you mean? How can you feel like this? When I was your age, I was this best student in math, best student in English, this, that. And then the boy was talking, and then the man was just talking, was not even allowing the boy to talk. And then the boy said, Daddy, but it's not my name that is on that script. And then the man just, whoops, and then looks and sees that, oh, that was his script when he was in secondary school. I know he had made mouth so much to this boy, okay, that he was the best student in school, he was this, he was that, and it was all lies. So don't lie to your kids about your learnings. Don't lie about your experiences. There's absolutely nothing to lie about. Nothing. And do not think that you will lose respect with them. Never. Do not think that, and you know what, it's going to be so worse if they now find out the other way around. Yes, for example, if you lied to them that, oh, I had all A's in my this, and if somehow they found out that you lied, then when do you think that trust is breached? That's the point that it is breached. But let them know. I always tell my daughter, you know what? The reason why I'm so particular about your mathematics is because as a student in secondary and primary school, mathematics was war for me. I struggled all through. And I don't want you to have that same struggle. And you know what? Somehow there's a difference between her and myself when it comes to mathematics. So that's what we're saying. That's just an example. So it could be anything. Let them learn. Those things that you wish that you didn't give up on. Tell them about it. That's it. And don't forget, you have to be vulnerable to even parent your children. Your children must be able to identify with you. See, my coach will say, if you keep dangling between before them this infallibility narrative, you have failed. You keep making them feel that, oh, you are perfect, you didn't make mistakes, you didn't make errors, you have failed. Rather, teach them from those your own learnings. Teach them, tell them the things that you wish you did differently. That's it. There are a lot of things as I because there shouldn't be any surprise anymore. There honestly shouldn't be any surprise anymore. So let your teenagers know these things. That course you wish you studied, but because you missed a particular course and you couldn't go back to it, tell them, let them know, so that they will know that, oh, mommy said this, then daddy said this. Then somehow it will be in their subconscious, so that when they are deciding, they will decide whether to give up or whether to keep trying. And that is when you have truly become an advantage to your teenager. So let them learn. Don't stop hiding. Stop feeling ashamed. You did those things. That was what you knew then, but you know better now. Would you rather teach your children, or would you rather have them fall into the same error and mistakes you did? So people keep regretting tomorrow till tomorrow why they did not do a particular something. Why did this? Why? So instead of now regret, that turn that regret into a learning curve for your teenagers, so that they do not also regret their own decisions much later. So that's how to teach. Another way to teach resilience to your teenagers is let them learn taking a task one after the other. This is very important. Let them take a task after the other. This is very important, especially for teenagers that tend to want to be impatient, want to do everything because they want to go out and play, they want to go out and have fun, they want to go out and do whatever it is that they want to do. But you have to insist. When you finish this, you move on to the next. Do you know, as simple as it is, do you know what you're teaching them stability? Yeah. So, and it's until they stay through, all of that. That's when they have their results. So that's what you're teaching them. But imagine, you want to cook, you want to wash, and then you gather everything together. At the end of the day, you end up not doing anything, or you end up doing all of it halfway. That's not the way to excellence. That's not the way to excellence. That's not the way to excellence. So, dear teen parents, encourage them. I know that teenagers are a handful. Trust me, I work with them. They're a handful. I know. They want to just meander. They want to just go. They want to just do whatever it is. But because you know better, or you should know better, you should be able to stand your ground. Because it looks like though, what does finishing a task before going to the next one have to do with resilience? But come to think of it, so when you're done with one and then you have not finished, what do? You move on. Okay, you're finished cooking, but you've not tidied the house. Then when you're done cooking, tidy the house. That's you not giving up. That's you staying true to a cause. That's you staying until you're done. So that's it. So ensure that they finish one task after the other. So I mentioned like 5 things. I'm going to do a recap for people that are just joining us. I said number 1, teach them what resilience is, the mental part of resilience, the physical part of resilience, the social part of resilience, the spiritual part of resilience. Teach them all of those things. Number 2, let them do chores. When the age when almost everyone has nanny or someone living with them, or gadgets in the house, but let your teenagers learn to do chores. Let them learn. It's part of learning resilience. Another thing is you have to insist on finishing every chore started. Don't let them leave things for you halfway. Do not let them leave things for you halfway. Don't allow it. They will try it. For example, I used to do it a lot. I will soak clothes. I will come and expect Miracle to come and help me and wash it and finish. It will be there. I used to do, all of us, we did all of those things when we were much younger. So can you please not let your teenagers do the same things? Let them finish every chore started. Then the next thing is teach them from your experiences. I think I spent a lot of time on this already. Teach them from your experiences, the mistakes you made, what those places where when you now, because with the gift of introspect now, you know that you should have taken a different action. Teach them about it. Teach them about those things that you did that you wish that, oh, if you had done it differently, it would have given you a different outcome. Teach them all of those things. So as you're doing that, you're teaching them resilience. You're teaching them that, see, if you now do the same thing, you will definitely get the same results. But if you switch pattern now, then you will definitely get another result. Then the next thing is that you have to let them learn to take tasks rather one after the other. Let them take tasks one after the other. Don't let them mumble things up together. Don't let them mumble things up. Don't let them just, because they are in a rush to do everything, then they now leave everything half undone. No, insist on it. Let them take task one after the other. Then teach them self-kindness. Hey, This self-kindness. See, most people, I told my 8-year-old girl, I said, you know what, not everyone will like you. She's just 8. But I already told her, I'm not trying to paint a picture, okay, of a bad word. I'm just trying to let her understand that, see, you're not candy. You're not ice cream. It's only ice cream that everyone likes. So let them know that. So the fact that everyone doesn't like them, does that mean that they're not going to be kind to themselves? So the fact that everyone is not kind to them, and they're not going to be kind to themselves, teach them self-kindness. This is very, very important. Because why? It's important for when they want to really give up. It's important for when they don't want to actually go to school again. Important for when they don't want to study that course no more because it is just not entering. I remember when I was in law school, long years back, so almost 14 or 15 years ago now. And the things I was reading, they were so much for my head. And I said, oh, I'm going to fail. Self-fulfilling. I said, I'm not sure I'm not going to feel like this. And I called my mom. I said, Mom, I am afraid. I am overwhelmed. So many things to put in this my head. And she said, be kind to yourself. Give yourself, what's that other what she does? You will not fail. But if you keep telling yourself that you're going to fail, then there's no way about it. And I just had to now pause. I had to relax. I'm like, okay, you know what? If circumstances, everything is overwhelming, must you now also join that overwhelming? Must you now cooperate with that circumstance again? It's overwhelming already. It's easy to things are choking already. But can you be kind? Can you teach them self-kindness? Something like, okay, you know what? I know it's hard really for you to go on, but you know what? Tell yourself that you can do this. Tell yourself that you can go on. Tell yourself that you can finish what you start. That's self-kindness. Self-kindness. They need to be kind to them because you know what? People will not give them chances. People may not always give them chances, but they should learn to give themselves chances. They should learn to give themselves chances. Otherwise, they won't go far. Because for every time they hear a discouraging word, for every time they see someone give up on the way, for every time they see, it tends to suck in, it tends to enter them too. This is where self-kindness comes in. So the fact that somebody has not been kind to you, the fact that somebody has said, who has ever made that particular grade in that department, does it not mean that you should follow them and be saying the same thing? You're the one to teach your teenagers these things. No school will teach them, no system will teach them. It is your job as a parent. Teach them. Let them know. Teach them self-kindness. Taking it easy with themselves, that's self-kindness. Taking a break when they need to take a break, that's self-kindness. Taking care of their bodies when they need to, because they still need that physical body to function. Not abusing their body, that's self-kindness. Self-kindness. Not treating their bodies anyhow. Not binging on the wrong stuff, that's self-kindness. That's self-kindness. Extend to every and anything you can think, everything that helps you to treat yourself well, so that you can fulfill that is before you to fulfill. That's your work. Teach your teenagers, because see, sometimes they may not come to you. They won't always come to you. I hope you know. They won't always come to you. There are times they just want to try and figure things out by themselves and wonder how can they do this. So if you ever stumble on one of such, just remind them to be kind to themselves. Because sometimes young people tend to be too hard on themselves. They think, oh, I've not done this, I've not done that. This one has done that, but I haven't. Let them know they should be kind to themselves. The next thing you want to do to teach your teens resilience is to let them know that it's better not to start a thing than to finish it. It's better. So they know that there's no there's no negotiation. Is it negotiation? No negotiating it. It's better not to start than start and not finish. It's better not to start than to start and not finish. No halfway. You either show up or you go home. Let them know from now that it's not that you now go midway and say, hey, mommy, that course, I cannot. I will not listen. You cannot us. A matter of fact, as I say, I cannot. I'm telling you, you can. Because it's better not to start something. And you know what? That's why you don't rush them. Don't rush your teenagers to higher institutions. Let them do the gap year. They're done with secondary school. Let them take a break. Let them take a breather. Find out what's their strength. What can they do? What would they go and study? Which school would they go? What is lacking? What do they have to put together in place? before you rush them off to university so that you don't overwhelm them. There's such a thing as a gap year. I did it. I finished school at age 14, but I didn't go to university until 16. And even that 16 was still young, 16 going on 17. My mother did not even know what it was that she was doing. She just said that, you are too young to go into the uni. Stay at home. And I stayed at home. But where the difference lies in that when your kids are staying at home, they're not just staying at home, just watching Netflix and not doing nothing. They're staying at home, acquiring other skills. I did it for 2 years. My secondary school 14, I was done. I didn't go to the uni until I was turning 17. I think it was the year I turned 7. So that's almost 3 years for gap year. So that when I got into school, I didn't get into school like this helpless baby. I got into school with a clear head. I had an understanding of what I was going there to school to go to school to do. So when most people were doing living boyfriends, I wasn't, because I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do. But you just rush them from secondary school, age 13, 14, 15, back university. You didn't prepare them for anything. And then they now get into the middle of the day, they are stuck. Then they are wondering, who advised me to come and study this course? I want to withdraw. Some people will say, I want to suspend my studentship. One of my teens came to tell me that, you're not suspending anything, my dear sister. Go back, go and sit down. Some people are finishing. They don't have 2 words. Do you understand? So let them understand. So before they even, I know it's actually scriptural. It's then that before you build a house, you're going to sit down, you're going to count the cost. What does it cost to build a house? You know why that Jesus gave that advice? So that when you get to the middle of the road, you're not, it's not, you not say, I can't finish the house. And you see, as it's the same analogy. Abandoned projects everywhere, abandoned youth and teens everywhere. They didn't finish school, they didn't do this, they did that. I'm working on something today. Next month, I'm working on another thing. Next, abandoned project everywhere. Nobody taught them that it's better not to start something than start and not finish. So begin to let your teenagers understand that if you're doing this thing, go and count the cost very well, because you're going to finish it. So for that thing, that's stamina. That's it. The stamina that it takes to finish it is what they have to learn, and you are the one to teach them. It's your job. The school will only help you so far. There's only so far the mosque or the church can help you, but your job is to sit and do the work with your teenagers. Let them know it's better not to start. Don't start that course. Don't start that program. Than say, I can't finish. I am tired. Where is that coming from? So they have to understand these things. Then the next thing to teach them is that let them know that they are not in a competition, but in a race against themselves. This thing is not competition against anybody. It's a race. This finishing that we're talking about, the ability. So there's a pride, there's a sense of pride and a sense of fulfillment that comes with finishing what you start. If there's anyone here that's ever finished what they start, I'm sure you can bear witness to this. When you finish what you start, there's a pride in you. I finished working on a project in the course of the week. Even me, I felt happy with myself. And I said to myself, you know what? If you can do this, then you can do more. You can do more. That's just what it means. So dear parents, let them know they're not in a competition. See, this competitive thing, I don't know, God really help us. They're not in a. It's okay for your teenager to take his or her time. It's a life. It's not when you give birth to your teenager, you didn't give birth to him or to her together with somebody else so that they can be on a race. So it's a race against themselves. So so it's not about this frenetic rush. And this one has gone to University of blah blah blah. Then my own two must go there. No, it's not about that. It's about your own teenager not giving up on the way. It's about your teenager continuing on that step that will lead him to where he should go. So it's not about there's this competition amongst Nigerian parents now. Oh, my daughter or my son is schooling abroad or is in private university, or I don't care where it's coming from. It's not about that. And then the child, because your neighbor has kids abroad, whatever, you got to dump your own there. Not knowing whether the resilient nature of your child, without testing the nature of how far your child can go. And then the child gets to a point and say, can't come back to Nigeria, can't continue, and start floating. And before you know it, a lot of things start to go wrong. Dear parents, can we understand that this thing is not a competition? Can we understand that it's okay for your teenager to just, stay on his course? As long as he's improving upon it, he's not in a contract with anybody. Neither are we as parents, for God's sake. So it's not about whether whose child is this. I learned something, okay? I learned something from my coach. This is someone that's big on parenting, okay? And then she has children that's really, 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 really skilled. You would think that she'll push them out there. My daughter did this, my daughter did that. And I noticed that some of the children of the people that she's coaching, they're beginning to do stuff for young children their age. For example, one of those children wrote a book that other young children are buying and reading. And I thought to myself, I said, whoa. And this is a parent that actually knows more, that has results. And then she's not pressured into saying, a particular child is doing this, then my own too has to be doing it. And then those kids too understand everybody's on his lane, everybody's running their way. So it's not a competition. Can we let our teenagers breathe? Can we not bear down their necks and say, you must do this, you must do that? No. Have you identified the strength of your child? Because you know what? Another thing that can hinder this resilience of a thing, if that is not the child's innate ability, it's going to get stuck somewhere. That's the truth. It's going to get stuck. Whether we like it, whether we don't like it, will get stuck. And when it gets stuck, we keep saying, not knowing that the fault is actually ours. So teach your teens. And that's why I said, begin to look at your teen. Begin to, that child. There's something that my coach will always say. She will say that, don't stop wishing for a child you never had. Rather, the one on your hand, begin to parent him or her. That child on your hand, begin to, what is the strength of this child? What can this child do so well? And begin to work to ensure the strength is grown. That's how to do the work. That's how to do the work. That's how to do the work. So don't begin to wish, I wish my child is the one that is this. There are some things that your child is also very, very good at, but because you've not taken your time, because you're busy doing a whole lot of other things. So it's not a competition. So let them understand. Let them understand that it is not a competition. It is for them. Yes, let them breathe. Don't suffocate them. Just help them discover their strength. Help them know that's your assignment and begin to guide them. I mean, why would I give up if it is something I'm called to do? Have you ever reasoned it out? If it's something you're really called to do, you're not going to give it. There's something that will get tiring, but somehow, because you know that this is your mandate, you keep moving. But if it's something that they are even choking down your throat, that's something that you're not even comfortable about, something it is easy to just say, I'm not studying that law again. And that's why we have instances of so many parents now. They are living their lives through their children. You must study medicine. Oh, you must study law. Let me shock all of us. Of course, we know already. All of these courses that we so-called professional courses, they are going to face us very, very soon. And yet, a particular parent wants to choke his daughter. You must study accounting. You must study medicine. You must study law. Those people that are in those areas, they're busy thinking, what else can I do? So your purpose is to make your teenager understand that, okay, this is your lane. Help them discover it. Yes, look at them, watch them, observe them. No two kids are alike. That's your work. What is easy for what comes natural to them, and that is what you want to build on for them. Because at least I've said it severally, at least a child has at least a problem to solve. Some can even have more than that. Yes. So that they don't feel so already. The pressure is much already. I was going out the other day and I saw, I'm not even sure he's 12. I'm not sure he's 12. Cigarettes, broad daylight. It's not hiding. Nobody is hiding anything. You think your children too are not seeing all of those things? Or you think because you're adults, and then it doesn't affect you? No, that's not correct. So, dear parents, it's not a competition. It's not a competition. There are a lot of things that they're competing with already. A lot of things they're trying to stay on track. So don't come and add to the burden. It's a race against themselves. A race to be better than they were last year. A race to, I have a challenge in this particular course. How do I surmount it? That's the race. It's not to say, hey, this one has 100, means I must have. No, that's when it becomes a competition. Yeah. So let them understand that it's not a competition, but it's a race against themselves. Another thing to do to teach them resilience is to teach them self-belief. They need this more than any other thing. Self-belief. I already talk of self-kindness. Now I'm talking of self-belief. They need to believe in themselves, because you know what? A lot of people will doubt them, their capabilities, their abilities. A lot of people say, see, my coach said something a long time ago. He said, you know what? If you're rich, they'll bully your child. If you're poor, they'll bully your child. If you're smart, they'll bully your child. If you're everything. There's always a set of people that will never believe in you. So now they don't believe in you. You want to join hands with them. You want to agree with them, and then you not believe in yourself. So when they say, oh, that course is hard, oh, the next thing is, I am not doing it again. That's not the next thing. Teach them self-belief. That thing that even when it's not making any sense. See, I have been in situations where nothing made sense. Nothing. Everything was senseless. But somehow I just knew that I knew the deposit of God in me. I just knew. So all I need to do is just go and bring that up. Go and bring those deposits up. That's all I needed to do. So it doesn't matter. For example, what I'm saying, that doesn't matter. Oh, what she's saying, it doesn't matter. I know the deposit of God in me. So what do I need to do? I need to now believe in myself. So the same thing you teach your teenagers. Teach them. Even when no one believes, even when if you as a parent doubt them, even when you as a parent, because there are times you wonder, hey, can she really do it? Because all of us were human, and then we're limited in all of the things that it is that we're limited in. Do you understand? But let a teenager know that the only person that will never give up on him is himself and God. And of course, you're the parents on the sidelines. Teach them self-belief. So no matter how difficult it gets. And you know what? It is in the little things. Even in something as simple as crafts. One of the holidays, we got stickings and all of those things, and then they were really tiny stickings, tiny. And then my daughter said, "Mommy, you know what? I can finish this thing in 5 days." I said, in my mind, I said, "Huh? 5 days? This big thing?" And then when you're done sticking, it's a diamond sticking. And then when you're done sticking, it's so beautiful. Like when she was done, even I was amazed. But when she told me, "Mommy, I can do it in 5 days," I said, "Oh, are you gonna do it?" I said, "Okay." But I didn't say that to her hearing. He said, "Okay." And you know what? She did in 5 days. That's self-belief. So those are the little, and it is from there. So if you believe that you can do that, then if there's another challenge that is bigger than that comes, you believe. You believe in yourself. Self-belief. Because you know what? Trust me, I know that, well, for me, let me speak for myself. For me, there are times that felt like, I don't know what has felt like just curling up on the bed and not facing life. There are so many times I felt like not facing life. But you know what? We don't have a choice. We've got to face life every day. 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 So what's going to happen? They don't believe you. They doubt you. They and then you're going to do that to yourself? No, they're parents. So you have to encourage you. That's your role in the life of your child. You are their encourager. Until they begin to really believe in them first. Until they begin to really see them first. Self-belief. Then finally, you need to teach them to build their competencies, because this is where their ability is going to come from. If you know that this thing, I'm competent at it, I'm not going to give up. I mean, that's what we're talking about. Build their competence. Invest in their competence. That thing your child is good at, please invest in it. Let her become better. Let her become best. Or let him become better and best. Yes, competence. Teach them to build their competence, their core strength, their strength. That's what you should build. That's what you should seek to build. Your child is good at writing. Encourage her to read more, because the more she reads, the more she's able to write. Your child is gifted at using her hand to do things. Buy resources for her. Let her do it. The more she does that, the more the competence is being built. That's how to do. And that's how not to give up. That's how to stay on something and finish the thing. So that's your work. That's your work. Teach them to build their competence. Don't say you are wasting. Don't ever say your child is wasting any resource. For example, your child likes to do crafts and say, "Hey, I bought this one." We say you buy again. Yes, after all, when you buy clothes and the clothes is old, you buy another one. So you buy again. Don't say you're wasting my money. Oh, I can need my money to buy this for you. Yeah, no, don't. It's only an honor. Wow, let me use the word of the yard. It's only an honor parent that will talk that way. That's how they're learning. That's how you will not know, but that's what you're building in them. Because when they are confident, okay, based on competence, they would not want to give up. Even when it looks like, oh, I can't do this no more, there's something that is somewhere still pushing them. still pushing them. So build the competence of your child today. That thing, that gift that is dormant, can you awaken it as a parent? That gift that is dormant. Don't say, yeah, the only thing you are doing is read. I mean, other people are reading. You are doing. No, no. Children are gifted separately. Children are gifted beautifully. So, have you taken time to find out the giftedness of your own child? Have you taken your own time to find out, where is my daughter gifted? Where is my son gifted? Where can I be? I told us once, I have a cousin that, as I am like this, he will draw me. As in, draw me, like literally draw me the way I am. And I'm like, that's as far back as university. And I'm wondering, wow. Imagine if that kind of child, if the parents had opened, if the eyes had been opened and it had sent him to an art school, and then he had been fine-tuned this gift, you can imagine what it is that the child will have become. So sharpen the competence of your child. Because when you do, when your child believes in himself because of his competence, is less likely to give up. That's just it. Even though the days are rough, even though this is that, but if the child is really sure, if there's a confidence coming from competence, the child is less likely to give up. And that's your work as a parent. I've talked about 10 things this evening to build resilience in your child. I said, number one, teach them what resilience is: mental resilience, physical resilience, social resilience, spiritual resilience. Teach them to rely on God. Teach them. Then I said, number two, let them do chores. These chores that we're saying that we're not taking seriously, it will literally save the lives of our children. Let them do chores. Insist on finishing. Don't let your teenagers just do work and they just abandon it. Let them finish what they start. They start anything, let them finish it. If they say they are tired, once they rest, let them come back to it. You're building resilience. Yes, that's what you're doing. But you will not know. It's until the bigger decisions come. And then, even though they take a break, there's this saying that, sometimes you need a break, you need a coffee, you need a day in bed, but you still get up, notwithstanding. This is where it starts from. Some of us are quick to give up. Some of us will do something. Some of us do something, and then because we encounter a little challenge, we run back and then we'll never try it again. We will never achieve greatness like that. People that have achieved greatness, they have experienced the most failures. But even in the midst of those failures, let me use this as an example. The video I did last week, I didn't want to come on here today because of the things that went wrong. I said to myself, you are allowed to make mistakes. I was one that addressed myself, encouraged myself, and but I didn't know what I didn't even go to. If you now go to last year's stream, I think you understand what I am saying. I would not say because of that. Oh, I'm gonna no. So it has to be learnt. Let them finish what they start. Teach them from your experiences. Please don't be shy of your experience. Don't be shy of your mistakes. Because if you are shy of them, if you never share them with your children, trust me, they will walk that same line. Because that same brain that made you make those same mistakes then, it's still the same brain. Rather, give them an option. Give them an alternative. Teach them from your experiences. Oh, I have so many of them to teach. So many mistakes to teach my daughter from. Why? Just so the same mistakes are not repeated. That's your work. Don't say, because I did this as a parent, they won't listen, or they will be ashamed of me. They can never be. Rather, they will appreciate you. Rather, they will be grateful that you are able to be vulnerable to them. And if you're not vulnerable to your children, you can't win their hearts. Don't forget, you want to win their hearts to achieve a mind shift. I've told us that severally. So if you're not acting, all holy, all perfect, all untouchable, your children will not relate. They can't relate with you. They can't relate with someone that doesn't make mistakes. As a matter of fact, my daughter has taught me that I even make more mistakes than she. Because by the time I want to start going, she's like, mommy, anybody can make. And I'm like, how can a child even understand anybody can make mistakes? I mean, adult, I'll be claiming I'm adult and I'm falling. And that was a lesson learned. That's a lesson learned. So let them know those mistakes you made, because the steps you wished, the step you took, that somewhere you backed out, that venture you went in and then you backed out, and then you started regretting it later. Let them know. When I say regret, I mean that you wish that you had finished, because you wish that you had finished things you wish that you had done that you didn't do, and then the effect it had on you. Teach them from that. They won't be ashamed of you. Rather, they will appreciate you greatly. Teach them from your mistakes. Then I said, let them learn to take a task one after the other. That's how to build resilience. Yeah. So the temptation is to want to just lump everything together, but let them do one task after the other. Finish cooking, go to kitchen. After kitchen, go to the room. That is resilience. They're not giving up. It's in the little things that these things are built. Then I also said, teach them self kindness. Let them be kind to themselves. When people give up on them, teach them. Don't ever give up on yourself. I've drummed it so much into the element that sometimes I begin to say, hey, I hope I'm not overdoing this thing. But it's the truth. There's nothing you can say to her. There's nothing you can say to her. She just look at you. It's in the and it's from start. Teach them to be kind to themselves. Because do you know why this kindness is important? There are times they will feel like they will really feel down. I felt that. I don't know I know that there's some superhuman beings never feel down. I don't, but for me, I have felt down a lot of times. I felt like I don't want to take a step further a lot of times. I don't want to need a lot of time. But do you know what? I'm kind enough to myself to understand that I am human. I am human. I'll make mistakes. And then when I make, what do? I pick myself up again. So let them be kind to themselves. Let them know that it's better to start, that it's better not to start than to start and not finish it. Let them know. So before they start, let them count the cost. So your girl or boy doesn't get to university and start complaining, Mommy, that course is so difficult. Oh, Mommy, I cannot do that thing. So let them know it's better not to start than to start and not finish. Then let them know that they're not in a competition. It's not a competition, it's just a race against themselves and their destiny. It's not about any other person. So they're not staying because, hey, everybody's there. No, it's for them. They're building their core. They are building themselves for life's challenges that will definitely come. Of course, you and I know that it will come. It will come. So it's not a competition. It's a race against themselves. Teach them self-belief. Then finally, teach them to build their competence. If there's anything you must do as a parent, it is to sharpen the competence of your child. You must sharpen the competence of it. That thing that your child is good at. Sharpen it. Then, you know how to sharpen pencil so that you can launch it as an arrow. That's your work as a parent. That's what you're called to do as a parent. So don't say, hey, he's wasting this, he's wasting paper. I don't want to tell you the papers I've bought in this my life. I don't want to tell you the things I've done. We use my money to do in this my life. Yeah. Sharpen the competence of your child because that's what they're going to need if they must develop resilience. I hope you have learned something. And as I've always said, just take one thing. If it's just one thing you take out of the things that I've said and wrong with it, you're better off. You're way, way better than someone that is not taking any step at all. So, dear parents, don't give up on the journey. Don't forget, if you do not give up, that's when we have a reward. Same thing for us, resilience. We can't give up. We can't say, "Oh, it's too much." Let me not lie to you. There are times I've wanted to. I'm like, for me, you got job to do. Then what do I do again? I buckle up. I buckle up and say, okay, what do I need to adjust? What do I need to do? Resilience. Same thing we're teaching our children. We should learn the same thing for ourselves too. After all, those kids did not beg to be born. Yeah, we're the ones that brought them, and the moment we bring them, we got work to do on them. And I know that God will make our work on them easy. So, dear parents, I'm rooting for you. And I have an announcement to share. So, yes, should I share it? Yes, I'm gonna share it. A book is coming, it's ready to be launched very soon. Yes, it's gonna help your girls. It's only I've told you it's girls. So it's in the pipeline, it's finishing stages and all of that. So get ready to buy for your girl. If you have a girl from age 8, yes, you're gonna buy for your girl because it's gonna help her. Yes, I said so because I know so. Thank you very much for joining me. I don't take your time for granted. Dumbbell, thank you very much. I see you've been here, and then my other people that have been here. I like us to drop our learnings. That's when I know that I'm not talking to myself. All right, thank you. I don't take your time for granted. I know that it is not easy to just keep people's attention. So for always coming, I appreciate you. And know that I'm rooting for you on your journey. Yeah, see you next week. Same time, same time. Don't forget, Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. Like us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Tell your friends to tell your friends too. Yeah, look for us on YouTube as Twitter Academy. We're there. Subscribe to our channels and then everywhere too. And then always invite your friends to this show. Thank you, Domi Bell. God bless you too. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. I'll be your way again next week. Bye.